What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about a few different cryptos in this video. The format of this video is going to be the exact same as it was in the beginning of this channel's history, where I would make one video with a bunch of different cryptos in it. We would just do analysis on like a bunch of them. I think in this one we're not going to do a bunch, more so just do like 3 or 4, maybe 5 if I have time for that. I want to cram it all in one video if I can. So I'll tell you what the coins are that we're going to talk about. And then if we have time for extra coins at the end, I will do that as well. I will leave timestamps in a pinned comment below. The description has the disclaimer for this video saying that I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, all that stuff. So the pinned comment will have the timestamps. If you're curious as to what coins we're talking about in this video, before I publish this video, I should effectively have put the timestamps on it. So anyways, hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. We are going to talk about Bitcoin, Dusk, Telcoin, and if we have time, we'll talk about Toshi. These are coins that people have requested over the past couple of days, coins that I haven't talked about in a little while, so, and I don't think I've ever talked about Dusk, so let's get to it, okay? Here we are, Bitcoin. Again, hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Hold on. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that, man. This is actually like the third time I've tried to make this video, but I keep coughing up a lung, man. It's no fun, guys. Anyways, 74.3K is the price right now. 11 hours, 10 minutes left in the day. Down about 1%. It's very obvious at this point that we are no longer bouncing to 79K or anywhere around that area. It could happen, but as of yesterday, that's kind of taking a back seat. We had this idea of a slanted head and shoulders pattern, something like that. It's still possible, but now that slant would be to the downside instead of to the upside. It could happen. The volume is definitely appropriate. It's very fitting for that kind of pattern to take place, but it doesn't have to happen. I mean, for all I know, for all you know, we could, I don't think we are, but we could be in a phase that starts off like this. Like this could be the beginning of one of these type of moves. It really could. Now at the top, I did say I think that this is the high of this move. Actually, I'm sorry, not at the top. It was somewhere, where were we? We were probably at 78K before I started saying that. We started to say this was the high of this move, that we probably don't go above there for the rest of 2026, or at the very, very least, we will not go above there until we take out this low here at 60K. I do believe that we're going to take out that low of 60K. I don't believe that we're going to drop all the way to $40,000, $35,000. I'm not one of those people. I'm more under the impression that when we go below 60K, it'll be oh so slightly below 60K, maybe around 55K. I highly doubt we go below 50K. Hold on. I highly doubt we go below 50K, but if we do, just barely. That's like the most extreme this bear market could get, at least in my opinion. I have not once believed that we are in a bull market. I have not once believed that we would not go below this low. A lot of people in this area here were starting to say that we were in a bull market. We had no volume coming in. We were at prior points of support to find resistance. We were not breaking out. If this was a breakout, guys, we would have had more volume come in. This was all just one giant consolidation phase to the upside, just like this one was. Okay, this one was a little bit more prolonged. And in the beginning here, what I said we would do is we would move sideways, and that it would be a longer consolidation range than this one. We went higher, granted, than I thought we would go. I did expect that this would be the high end of the range. I didn't expect this would be the high end of the range. And instead of taking a sideways shape for most of this, we did end up having a little bit of an uptrend throughout the end here. But the point remains the same. This was a larger consolidation phase. It has more or less been sideways, with the exception of this little move here. My goodness, man. And now it looks like we're breaking out to the downside. However, same thing to the upside here. We didn't break out with tremendous volume. We're not really breaking out here to the downside with tremendous volume. It is completely possible that we see some volatility. So as far as prices around 79K go, anything like that, it's still possible. It is still possible that from here we can recover and go up to this area. Mind you, we look at the Bitcoin CME futures. This price closed yesterday at 75.7K. Here we are at 74.7K. We open up, if we move down over the weekend and we keep doing this, we are going to open up next week with a gap again. We have a gap here and a gap here. We don't have to fill those gaps immediately, right? We did not fill this gap immediately. We dropped a lot lower before filling that gap. There's a gap up here that we still haven't filled, right? We don't have to fill them immediately, but ideally we would. So if we leave another gap, if this weekend does close red, that's just more reason, I think, to go back up to at least 76K, if not maybe even start a journey back to the 79K area. Giving us a lower high, perhaps a lower low too, something like that. And we could be in this kind of channel dynamic to the downside for Bitcoin. Okay, that's where my head's at. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. We'll zoom out. We'll see if we'll give Bitcoin a little bit more of an in-depth analysis here. We look at the MACD. That is some bearish momentum building here as we're going into the zero. That's not good, but it is the weekend. This is a perfect area to kind of bounce from. We'll see how much lower we go. 1 hour time frame here. Looking at this, man, what is wrong with me? Hold on. Oh, it's so bad. I hope that the mic's not messing up because I'm doing that. I don't think it will. It's a new mic. It should be fine. And the issue with the mic, it's not the mic. It's the port in the computer. Because I have a young daughter. I have 2 young daughters that rip these cords, man. Because they just don't know any better. 1 hour time frame. The older one's getting it now. She knows better now, but still clumsy at times. 1 hour time frame. We look at this here. Pretty oversold. I mean, this does not look to me bullish. This does not. Hold on, real quick. This keeps doing it. I'm just gonna take that out. This does not look bullish to me. Because not only are you in a downtrend, not only are you oversold, but you're not getting overbought. And you haven't been getting overbought. You've just been getting oversold. This is pretty bad. Now, you are reset. You are here. It is the weekend. Again, there's another sign that we could be bouncing from here. But don't get too excited. Don't get too excited with all that because, here, whenever we were oversold, what did we do? Not much. We went from 76K up to 78K. Here we are at 74K. What, we're going to move up to 76K? Okay, fill this gap and then move back down. Even from here, move up to 78K, 79K, and then move down. It's not going to be that impressive. The 1 hour stochastics are taking on a bit of a bullish form here. And the MACD does have bullish divergence as well. So we are seeing that little point of exhaustion from the bearish side. However, this 1 hour time frame, we did build some volume as we came down. I wouldn't be surprised if there was one more hit to the downside. We formed some bullish divergence on the stochastics, on the RSI, and furthered this divergence on the MACD. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see prices around or below 74K probably within the next 24 hours. Hold on. It's so bad, man. It's a problem. Oh, I need some tea. 4 hour time frame here. Maybe I should have had some lemon tea with me, lemon and ginger. Anyways, 4 hour time frame. Looking at this, same thing, pretty bearish trend, lower lows, lower highs. This is the kind of trend that definitely brings a move like this, a move that's rather dramatic and extended to the downside. Stochastics are oversold, MACD is rejecting the zero, all bearish things. I mean, at best from here, just with the way that things look, we're going to go to 77K and then go lower. The idea of 79K happening at all is diminishing. It really is diminishing. It doesn't mean it can't happen. And understand, you guys, if and when we pump to 79K, that does not mean that we're breaking out. That does not mean that we're in a bull market and that we're going higher. That does not mean that this was a bear trap. If this happens, will likely be a bull trap. Or any move that is lesser than this will likely be a bull trap. Even if we by some miracle go above this, as long as we have lower highs, it will be a bull trap and we will come lower over time. I do believe we are going below 60K. I've been confident about that this whole time. Very confident about that. A lot of people who are confident that we will not go below 60K, they are silent now that we are dropping lower. They're very silent. That X.com, man, it was prolific with bullish sentiment, new all-time highs, Bitcoin's in a bull market, the super cycle's real, 4-year cycle is dead. Just like every single freaking bear market I've ever heard in my life, people get very bullish at the tops of relative consolidation phases, and then they're dead silent, nowhere to be found as soon as their ideas fall apart, right? A little bit of hope and optimism here. People were hopeful. People got really excited on this little move up, man, and now crickets. I mean, it's clear, right? We talked about this before. Man, you see how much more dominant these bearish moves are than how these bullish moves have been in recent times. The bears are in control right now. Here, the bulls were in control. So what do? We moved up, but then things started to taper off. Now the bears are dominant. They're in control. And even for this, even for these moments of bullish dominance, this is nothing compared to what we actually see in a bull market. Let's look at this on a daily time frame, and then we'll move on. I'm spending too much time talking about Bitcoin. Right? That's a bull market move. That's a bull market move right there. We're in a consolidation phase. That's still more bullish than what we're getting here. That's a bull market move. That's a bull market move. You see it? That is a bull. Look at all these moves. Have we seen anything of the sort? No. This overall, sure. If it was like this, that would be a bull market move, but it wasn't. It was fought for. It was methodical. It was meticulous because it's all part of a consolidation phase in a bear market. All we did was test prior support as resistance, and we found it. This should not excite you. If you are spinning a bullish narrative right now to see higher highs, delusion. Delusion is setting in. Low to high. Historically, typically in this kind of scenario where you bounce off the 236, you come back below it, you would expect to go to the 382, which is all the way down to about 73.2K. Now, this fib, I think, is appropriate. These levels are appropriate. Prior support here, prior resistance here, resistance here, 73.2K. That might be exactly where we're going, and we could see that within the next 36 hours, guys. It could happen, if not sometime next week. Certainly by the end of the month, I wouldn't be surprised if we were below 74K, down around 73K. I wouldn't be surprised at all. With the 382, it's very common to wick a little bit below there. It's also common enough in bullish environments to bounce right off it, but I'm not expecting that. So something around that area for support, and working our way down inevitably to prices that are probably around 52 to 55K. If not, just below. Some type of fake out that's just below, and then we recover. It probably won't be an immediate recovery. We'll probably be boring. We'll scare people. Oh no, we're going to go lower, and then we don't go lower. Aha, this time we're going to go lower, and then we don't go lower, and then we start to break out and we're in our bull market. My goodness, man. I should have brought something to drink. If I cough again, I am going to go get something to drink, man. Let's see. I thought I had something else to say, but I don't. Yeah, this is bearish, man. Getting oversold like this, rejecting the oversold zone, that's not good, man. That is not good. That's what we did back here, right? The last time we were oversold was at a low point. We didn't reject the oversold zone here. We got above it. When we rejected the oversold zone, it was here. And this was a problem, man. This was a hell of a move to the downside. I'm glad I'm short in this market right now. Oh, to say the least. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about Dusk. That's Bitcoin. Let's talk about Dusk. These cryptos are not going to get the in-depth analysis that they deserve, but I will just give them a brief look, okay? Dusk down 9% today. Like most altcoins, it's probably not a good thing to hold at this point in time. Man, I'm going to get something to drink. Hold on, guys. Yeah, I need it, man. Okay. Like most altcoins, I believe it's probably going to go down. I think you made an attempt. Let's actually look at this here on Binance. Something with volume. Shout out to Andy Cap for the request. As you were trying to break out here, you did have a little bit of volume come in, but to no avail. You had a little tweezer top here. A lot of volume came in on this move back here, back in January. I mean, you look somewhat positive overall, especially compared to a lot of cryptos. How many cryptos since December are up 3.6x? I mean, that's phenomenal. Have seen a move that's up over 8x overall. Not many. But this does look kind of like you're tapering off and like you want to come down. I mean, obviously the weekend here, this dump, it's really easy to say that. Here, let's do a little bit more of an in-depth one on this one, and then we'll move on. Okay, 1 hour time frame. Volume's picking up to the downside. I mean, man, you were trying to break out here to the upside. Volume was not coming in, but here you're breaking out to the downside, breaking out of this range right here. Volume came in. It's not a good look. Not a good look at all. RSI is bearish. You were neutral to some degree, bouncing off the oversold zone, but here you're rejecting the overbought zone, where before you were getting into the overbought zone and rejecting the oversold zone. Now you're getting oversold and rejecting the overbought. Bearish. Stochastics are looking more bearish than they have in a little while. We've seen this volatility with Dusk before, so I'm not completely forsaking it yet here, but just in the context of the overall market dynamics that we're seeing here, it's not good. Bitcoin drops another $1,000, this thing will likely go lower. Bitcoin drops $10,000, this thing will go lower. And however low Bitcoin goes percentage-wise, this thing will probably drop more. We look at this on the 4 hour time frame. The MACD is bearish. MACD is bearish here as well. Wow, you were looking to find support here and you got a false cross instead. You had bullish divergence. You did nothing with it, man. Yeah, this does not look good. It does not look good. Let's just call it what it is. So, daily time frame, looking at this for Dusk, from a low to a high. You might find support at about 12.7 cents. Right around there. Maybe even just below there. Something in this kind of area. Wouldn't surprise me. Let's see. Wouldn't surprise me if you found support below this trend line and then moved up a little bit, had a little bit of a move back. Maybe as high as like 14.5 cents. Maybe. Don't count on it. That might happen. You might come back up to where this move started to drop. Maybe. But maybe you'll only get halfway there, and then you'll find resistance to continue to persist lower. I think your next target area, beyond this like 12.7, 12.4 cent area for support, your next target area is really going to be the golden ratio zone, and that is about 10.4 to 9.8 cents. I do think you're going lower. Let's look at the daily time frame just to see. Yeah, I mean, the RSI went from being bullish to neutral. You're not really showing bearish signs yet, but a move like that would promote that. Stochastics look bearish. You are separated, your blue and your orange line. So again, some type of bounce is going to come in here soon. Your MACD is bullish overall, but also neutral. You're bouncing off the zero twice here. You didn't do anything with it either of those times. So you take good things that should promote growth and you don't do that. That's problematic, man. There are signs of weakness here. There are. And the thing is, it's not Dusk that's weak. It's the overall market that's weak. You do have this odd kind of ascending triangle. I wouldn't count on it, man. No volume came in here. No volume's coming in here. I don't think it's going to come to the upside. I think it's going to come to the downside. And overall, for Dusk, let's just see. Man, you didn't even see higher highs last cycle. That's not good, man. Oh, here's the part that hurts. Lower lows. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw lower lows. I'm not going to measure from this low because I think that's a fake low. I'm going to measure from this low. The reason I think that's a fake low is that was October 10th. Exchanges were down. It's not real price action, okay? This is a big wick too, but the exchanges were not down, to my knowledge. 2 cents to 1 cent, man. That's where you're going. And if this thing repeats history, you like to make some pretty aggressive drops. Even with this fantastic move up, you still have lower highs overall. When you're in a downtrend, you have lower highs. Lower highs beget lower lows. All right, let's talk about TEL. It's going to be like that for every altcoin, probably, okay? $0.0029 right now for TEL. Last week with quite the bearish hammer down here. I believe it's a bearish hammer. Maybe not. It's a little bit. It's like a bearish club, a bearish corn dog. Looks like a corn dog. Anyways, 8% down. Let's look at this with some volume. Man, thinking back, I just wish I didn't make videos today because of how much I'm coughing. Oh, so terrible. Okay. Not a whole lot of volume on the way down, but not a whole lot of volume on the way up either. You're not really breaking out yet, so if and when you do break out of this range, volume starts to come in, that's how you know that this is the real deal, and I think it will. Volume dying off on this move down, so you probably come up. Let's look. Do we have TEL on Coinbase? No, it's not on Coinbase. Okay. Bullish divergence, cool. So you come up. Stochastics look all right. MACD looks fine with the bullish divergence. So yes, you probably retrace a little bit here. You'll find resistance either at 003 or 0031 to 00315. Somewhere in that area, it will be a lower high and you will persist lower. That's my expectation. But you probably do bounce from here. You probably do bounce. Yeah. The RSI here, lower lows, lower highs, but come up, get another lower high, and then come down. Over the weekend, you might see a little bit of a recovery, a little bit to the upside, but then next week I would expect next week, not just Telcoin, but a lot of different cryptos are probably going to break below $0.0286, break below there. Stochastics are oversold, reset, come up a little bit, and then come back down. MACD is bearish. You bounced off the zero. You didn't do much with it. All you got was a lower high. Bearish. Bullish thing that didn't turn into a bullish thing. Bearish. That's all. Fake out at the top. Bearish. And go up to 003, 0031, 00315, somewhere in that area. And then come back down. Rejecting the overbought zone. That was your telltale sign right there. That was the stick that broke the camel's dick right there, guys. Stochastics look like they want to move down. The MACD looking like it wants to cross as well. Not a fan. Not a fan. I'm a fan of Telcoin. I like Telcoin, but ultimately it's going to suffer the same fate as every other crypto that we've talked about so far in this video. Lower lows. Will it see new all-time lows? I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to, but it probably goes down to that area. I want to buy Telcoin. I think Telcoin's going to be effective during the next bull cycle. I really do. I think it's going to be a phenomenal coin to hold during the next bull cycle. I would start DCAing, and I'm not telling people to do this. This is what I'm going to do. This is when I would start, is at 00125 to 0083. I'll just DCA in that block. If it goes lower and I have some spare cash on hand, I'll buy more down there too. Lower, lower, much lower to go. All right, let's talk about Toshi. I'm going to pull up some coins. By the way, near. Oh, wow. Near's pumping up a little bit. I was going to say near looks like it's pumping and dumping, but he actually came back up here a little bit. Wow. Not a whole lot of volume. I don't trust a weekend dump. I don't trust a weekend pump either, though. But wow. I wasn't expecting that. This one's looking all right. Near had a nice pump recently, but we're going to talk about Toshi first. And if we have time, we'll talk about Near. I just more wanted to have this here just to look at it. Anyways, because we were, like when I woke up, we were at like, yeah, $2.04. So up a little bit. Up a little bit. Toshi. This is not the all-time history for Toshi. If you want the all-time history, you go to Toshi 3. Toshi's been disappointing. It has been a long time since we talked about it. The thing is, my friends, meme coins right now are not in. I know that there are the answer to that for anybody who is a meme coin degen. They're going to say, meme coins never went away. What are you talking about? Every meme coin's gone away. The only ones that are relevant right now are the new ones. There's none of the OG meme coins that are doing anything exciting, right? Maybe Dogecoin, but even still, not really. Toshi is not an OG meme coin, but it's not a new meme coin. And in the context of this overall very weak market for crypto, I would be not surprised at all to see this thing go lower. We look at the weekly time frame. That RSI is abysmal, man. It is sad. MACD, you had some bullish divergence. You didn't do anything with it. Look, you crossed green here. You haven't done anything with it. That's not good. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to drop through the floor. And it has been some time since you've seen a pump. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point you did get some type of monkey pump recovery. It'll be, something like this, some kind of quick move up that gets people excited because it is a meme coin, and that's typically what happens with memes. But you probably do have lower to go overall. Do you go below this low? I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. I would say if I had to guess, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, I don't think Toshi goes below this low here. I do believe Toshi will see new all-time highs in time, but the time is not now. You likely will go lower. And if we look at this from an overall low here, where he found support before, to a high here, rejecting the golden ratio, fighting it every step of the way down, yeah, you'll probably find support somewhere around 0.0001. Yeah, somewhere around 301. If you do go below this low, that would be a little bit problematic. I would like to not see you do that. Don't go below that low because then, man, then we get really depressed, okay? Really, really depressed. I don't think it will. I don't think you're going to do this right now. I don't think that you're going to do this right now either. I think you'll probably just consolidate, but at some point my expectation would be that you do see some type of recovery back to prior resistance, prior support here. So you probably do see a nice move back up to 3041. You're at 3015 now, so I know that sounds crazy, but this is a meme coin. Crazy things happen out of nowhere. It really could happen. And if not there, at least a move to 3027. At least a move there. But that's my thoughts with Toshi. It does not look good. I don't have time. I don't have time to talk about anything else, so I'm just going to end it there. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I expect everything is going to go lower. We are in a bear market, and at this point in time, you guys, if I can just look at you, if I can just tell you, this is my 4th bear market that I've been in. Not once have I lived through a bear market and thought, damn it, I should have bought more crypto. Every single time that I've been in a bear market, the thought has been, damn it, I should have just been in cash. I should have. There's never been a time where my altcoin was special in a bear market, where Bitcoin was special in a bear market. The only thing that's special about Bitcoin is that it does see higher highs cycle over cycle. The wisest thing to do is to stack cash. With that being said, I am holding some altcoins. Onyx Coin, Bitcoin Cash. I'm holding a little bit of Bitcoin, some Ethereum, various other cryptos as well. some altcoins. Toshi, I think, is even one of them. But they're just, they've dropped off a lot, right? I've kind of just written them off as if they're nothing now. But I am holding some, Cookie DAO. I'm holding some cryptos, but I'm not adding to them. I'm not adding to them at all. I haven't been adding to them. I've exited a lot of trading positions that were spot trading positions, and I've put them into shorts. And really, I'm just trying to stack cash overall. And I think that that's what a lot of people should do. Not the short stuff, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Stay away from leverage trading. Most of you right now in bear market circumstances, you're in a position where you're down money. So emotionally, psychologically speaking, you're trying to make it back as much as possible so you can get set up for the next bull market, right? You're going to F things up if you do that, okay? Because you're in the wrong mentality. What you need to do is just put your head down, go to work, wherever it is that you work, stack cash, penny pinch, stack cash. Treat cash like it's the hottest altcoin on the block, man. Stack that coin, that cash coin, baby. And then in 3 months or so, you should have a pretty big fire sale for various cryptos. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Be picky, be choosy about the altcoins you invest in. It is not a good time to invest in altcoins at all. Not right now. I would wait until August, if not some later month. Understand if you buy altcoins right now, hopefully they're short-term positions. If you're buying altcoins right now for the long term, understand that you will lose money over the coming months. You will. But you don't actually lose money unless you sell for a loss. You don't actually make money unless you sell for a gain. So cut your losses before they get deep. Take your profits when you can. I got nothing else. Hit the like button. Take care. Bye-bye. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor.